Hey everybody, I am absolutely amazed with how Sabo works for me. So yes, this is a deck roll based on this guy. I played at my locals yesterday and really good games. I only won 1 out of 4. However, it went off with Blue Yellow Queen. Struggled against the high costs. I didn't pull very great cards. The second game was Katakuri. Now Katakuri is a top playing deck already. It was the big moms that really knocked me back. The third game was Rosanante. I didn't get any of the cards I should have got to take out the lower cost blockers. So I got overwhelmed with Trafalgar Law, the cost 2 Rosanante blocker, and then of course they used a Don Quixote Doflamingo, which really took it out of the deck. However, coming across Red Purple Luffy in round 4, this deck smashed it. I was kind of overwhelmed by doing it. I had 2 life in the end of it all. So, get on with the rest of it. Sabo is a really good competitor in this meta so far. Not the best, but one of the best. So he's Dawn ×1 during opponent's turn, once per turn. If your character with 5,000 power or more would be KO'd, you may give the character -1,000 during this turn instead of having the character being KO'd. It's basically a blocker. And on that, we'll get into the list. We do start off with, for the Bello Betties, the only searcher card it really has. So, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. Counter of 1, cost 1. Sorry, counter 1k, cost 1, 2k attack. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 Revolution Army, type and add it to your hand, other than Bello Betty. And the rest go to the bottom of your deck in any order. Basically, most searches are the same as this particular one. So, that's pretty much bog standard. For the Otama, one of the best known 2k counters for red decks. So 2k counter, 1 cost, 0 attack. On play, gives you 1 opponent's character -2,000 power during this turn. That's the aim of this deck. Lowering the cost and then blowing them up. So the next 2k counter is Koala. 2 cost, 3k. On play, if your leader has the Revolutionary Army type, keyword, give it to one of your opponent's characters -3,000 power during this turn. Little obvious. So, mostly used for its 2k if needs be, but if you're stuck up against high powered monsters, off you go. The one card no one likes in revolutionary decks is Karasu. This is what beat the Red Purple Luffy deck. I managed to get 2 of them out, it couldn't do much against it. Without further ado, obviously so far I've played 4 of each of these cards. That's one thing I do fail to mention. Although it's 1k counter at the cost of 4, 5,000. On play, if your leader has a Revolutionary Army keyword, give it to one of your opponent's leader or characters -1,000 power during this turn. A lot of people had higher regards for this card, however, I've been told recently it's not the best, but it's probably because it's Revolutionary Army only. But I think it's absolutely amazing. And then when attacking, if it has 7,000 power or more, it's the same effects again, targeting a leader, enemy leader or character, and lowering the attack by 1,000 power during the turn. It's a full turn effect. You can't go wrong with that. So I play 4 of them. And then I play 4 of the Lindbergh. Lindbergh, 1k counter, cost of 4, 5,000 attack. When attacking, if this card has 7,000 power or more, KO to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less. Trigger, you may trash 1 card from your hand, and if your leader is multicoloured, which Sabo definitely is, play this card. You've got Koala, Otama, Karasu, which also helps this card out anyways, by KOing blockers, mostly, or any threats that will affect you if you can't just KO by attacking. Second, 2 of Brook. 1k counter, cost of 4, 5k attack. Yes, it does require equipping 1 Don. However, when attacking, gives 2 of your opponent's characters minus 2000 attack. I know a lot of people out there know that red decks are all about lowering your attacks and then steamrolling over them with smaller, lower cost characters. And then we have Hina. Not the cost 3 everyone's chasing after. 4 of these, the Hina blocker. So, counter of 1000, 5 cost, 6k attack. On block, select up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. The selected character cannot attack during this turn. And you can also protect this card with Sabo if needs be. Next one is the famous 4 Rush Red Luffy. Cost 5, no counter, 6k attack. Don plus 2, when attacking your opponent cannot activate blocker during this battle. Yep, if you're using Karasu and you've got 1 or 2 of these on field, their leader's in a lot of trouble. Unless you're playing cost 8 Green Kid. Yes, I came across that in the Corazon deck just yesterday. Next one is a 5 cost Sabo blocker from set 4. And 1k counter, 6k attack. On play, none of your characters can be KO'd by effects until the start of your next turn. Draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. Good card recycler for stuff you don't need. Next one, a lot of people don't recommend 4 of these, but for the cost 6 Sabo. Reason being is you've got a lot of attack lowering, you've got to get them out there and get rid of them. This is the guy. So cost 6, 7k, on play, KO up to 2 of your opponent's characters with total power of 4000 or less. So it's up to. You can take out anything. So up to 2 of them, mostly used for low cost blockers. And this is the one card I needed to win the game against the Corazon, or Rosinante. I never pulled 1 of these, and this was my downfall. As for events, of course we play 4 Fire Fist. Cost of 2, during your main, give it to one of your opponent's characters minus 4k power during this turn. Then if you have 2 or less life cards, K up to one of your opponent's characters with 0 power or less. There's a lot of attack lowering, you shouldn't be really complaining. And on trigger, activate the card's main effect, which could also help it be used as a blocker. That's 4 of them. I only play 2 of the Imperial Energy Hormone. It's the only counter I've got in this deck for the time being. So, the cost of 3, counter, up to your leader or character cards gain 3000 power during this battle. Then play up to 1 Revolution Army type character card with 5000 power or less from your hand. Target Karasu mostly. Or if you can, Limburg, ready for your next turn when you start swinging in, KOing characters, specifically blockers if you can. Bello Betty for an instant draw. You've got 12 options here. Or you can just add the Fire Fist. And that's that. Or just just characters. Ignore me, it's just characters. The next one is my little deck, little tech for the deck. Round table. Cost of 4, during your main. Give it to an opponent's characters minus 10,000 power during this turn. It is there to kill off the high cost characters with 10,000, 12,000, 9,000. It's what it's there for, despite the fact you've already got plenty of cards there lowering their attacks. It's really good, I've used it many times. Last but not least, 2 of the Revolutionary Army HQ. I struggled with draw power mostly, so I think 2 of these will hopefully change that in future games. And that's the profile, my deck profile for Sabo. I think it's an absolute amazing card myself personally. I really do enjoy it. I like black decks mostly, and I think I found a winner for me actually. At least for the next couple of sets. And there we have it. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and a subscribe. I'd really much appreciate it. Thank you very much.